Hey, we're the best version of ourselves when this man is joining the show. That's Rick Bucher, NBA analyst, the one and only. If you aren't familiar, it's Rick Bucher, but he goes by Slick. Hey, Slick, starting with you, Haliburton. He's supposed to be a budding superstar. He's an Olympic gold medalist. He's an all-star in years past, an all-NBA player in this year. Is all the pressure on, I would suggest, the face of the Indiana Pacers and Tyrese Haliburton tonight?
Not at all. And if there is, there shouldn't be. First of all,
not at all?
Not at all. Let's start with the Oklahoma City Thunder. All the pressure should be on that side. They need to get it done tonight. But if there's any one player, any one Indiana Pacer who should be feeling the pressure, it's Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam was their leading scorer during the regular season. Pascal Siakam was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Pascal Siakam is a minus 25 in this series so far, while Haliburton is +7 and is the reason that the series is 1-1 because he hit the game-winning shot. We're looking past the one guy on this team who has a championship ring, and arguably, while Haliburton has gotten all the shine because he's made big shots, Pascal Siakam has been the engine to this team's success. And if I look at the matchups, he's being guarded by Alex Caruso. Okay, now, no disrespect to Caruso, but size-wise, he shouldn't be able to handle Pascal one-on-one. And yet, on far too many matchups, too many possessions, he has done exactly that. So for me, the pressure should be on Pascal to come through and be the player that you can be. Look, Haliburton, I loved what he said, because he's always just going to look to see how do I fit into the big picture? How do I manipulate their defense? What do I need to do to be the connective tissue? He's not a guy who goes out and gets 30. But Pascal Siakam, in terms of winning his matchup, that's the guy to me that should be carrying the pressure because of what he's done.
I don't think what you're doing is fair.
Yeah,
Why is
I don't think it's fair at all. Because we cannot, when Haliburton plays well, jump on television and say, Haliburton is great, Haliburton is this, Haliburton is a star, Haliburton has the second most game winners in the history of the National Basketball Association playoffs to only LeBron James, as many as Kobe Bryant. But then when Haliburton does not play well, of which Haliburton stated himself, come on and talk about Pascal Siakam. This is Haliburton's team. Haliburton does the interviews post-game. Haliburton's dad is more famous than Pascal Siakam, if we're being honest. So how can we come on national television and suggest Pascal has to do more and has more pressure? Though he does. Everything you're saying is right. Say that with a whisper. Say Haliburton's criticism with the roar. When I look at Haliburton, 4 turnovers, 1.3 on average typically, 6 assists, 10.5 on average typically, 15 points. 20 points on average typically. So when I think about what Haliburton has done in the finals versus what Haliburton has done to get his team to the finals, a complete disappointment. I don't care about the 7± I care about the fact that he's the face of the team. We sing his praises when he does well. We must chastise him with a harsh tongue when he doesn't.
I love that full screen, and I love that example. But the reality is, whatever Haliburton has done to this point, it's more than what Pascal Siakam has done. I mean, it's not. They're not close. Haliburton won you game 1. Pascal Siakam has been a minus in both games.
He won.
So if you're and look, he was Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and while we had some discussion about whether, like, you know, the Haliburton took a step forward, he did the Drewski, like, it's not mine. That said, Siakam has been an absolute minus so far, and if he's not their best player, he's their second best player. So if Pascal doesn't step up, I don't know that Haliburton is going to make a difference. That's where the pressure is.
Why are you thinking, Shady? Why are you thinking?
Yeah, because I'm just confused now. Everywhere I heard, this whole playoffs, that's how good Haliburton is. He's a superstar. Give him his credit. He's this, he's that. All right, he fixed the game. I've heard you say that. I heard everybody say that. Now, today, we say it's not him, it's Siakam? Let me just give my take, because I'm just super confused. But there's no pressure on him. He's going to go out and get 12, 14 points, a couple assists. Where the pressure at? Because if this was Jalen Brunson, we're going to have a whole conversation. If this is JT, a whole conversation. If this is Luka, if this is all the superstars, If this is SGA, we're going to have a conversation. If it's Jokic.
So you agree with me?
No, I'm not. I'm actually on the other side of the table with you. All I'm saying is, all these other players, there will be so much pressure. It will be talked about. Why you ain't delivering? Why this? Why that? We ain't doing that with Haliburton. All right, we talking about everybody else but him. And you supposed to be the superstar. Every time I see any posters of the finals, I'll see Siakam.
Correct.
Look behind us. Can we show behind us? Who's behind us? I didn't make that up. MVP in the third team.
I'll let you go against Slick.
No. Before you go.
And
another thing is, right? And another thing, as I watch these games, I haven't seen a player get over 20 points yet in 2 games.
Yeah.
And the superstar player that we want to talk about, we ain't even talking about him? Yeah. So, no, he has no pressure. He has no pressure.
Explain yourself,
Okay,
Slick,
so-
because I'm confused.
so
off
I
your
said-
take, too.
Yeah, you confused too? That's 2 of us. Are you confused?
A little bit.
That's 3 of us.
Break it down.
Let me
Are you
restate-
confused? No, I'm joking.
Let me restate.
Okay.
One, there should be no pressure on. We shouldn't be talking about the Indiana Pacers
Why not?
because the Oklahoma City Thunder are still the overwhelming favorites to win this series.
Okay.
Correct? And they are at 1-1, and they cannot afford to lose Game 3.
That's fair.
In Indiana.
Yeah.
So whatever pressure there is, it's on OKC to get it done tonight or tomorrow night. And so,
Tonight.
but if there is an Indiana Pacer who hasn't shown up to this point, who is a difference maker, Haliburton is not at the head of the list. I simply, look, however you want to look at his numbers, the reality is he got you Game 1. He outdueled Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
End of the game.
the league MVP, on game-winning shots. That counts. Meanwhile, I'm looking at Pascal Siakam, and I'm saying, you're supposed to be putting Alex Caruso in a body bag, and you haven't come close to doing that. You have not had an impact on the first 2 games. So if I'm an Indiana Pacer fan, the first guy I'm looking at to say, hey, look, we expect more from you, and we better get it in Game 3, it's Pascal Siakam. I hope that's more clear. I hope you understand where I'm coming from now.
But just to tell you real quick, because I don't know if he knows.
I will say it a third time if I have to.
Caruso, right? We've been giving some credit. I watched him have Julius Randle in a box. And Julius Randle was the hottest
And
thing
I watched
on the
him battle
Timberwolves.
with,
He
Jokic.
couldn't even move. And then another thing is, before you get too crazy, because that was a good take, but I didn't respond. So Caruso gets his credit. And number 3 is, you know that the Thunder did lose Game 3 to Denver.
Yes.
And you know how that series ended.
In 7, which is way more than you thought this one was going to be.
A loss is a loss. Loss is a loss.
So,
Good day. Good day.
so basically, with everybody's take, we should never have a topic up there that says, is Haliburton a superstar? We should never have that. If we want to sit up here and say that the pressure's on Siakam, Pascal Siakam.
That didn't even sound right.
Do I have his name correct?
Just because he won a championship, and we sit up here and we try to get this dude in we don't even, not even the all-star, the superstar conversation.
Crazy.
And all of us unanimously up here say no pressure's on Tyrese Haliburton.
0.
I do not think any pressure's on Pascal Siakam neither. And I do think all the pressure's on OKC. But at the same time, all the pressure's on OKC is because we've never given the Indiana Pacers a chance to win this series. Even if you believe they can win 1 or 2, I believe they can win 1. Y'all believe nobody's giving them a chance to win it. So for me, it's always going to be all the pressure on OKC. But the topic says it's all the pressure on Tyrese Haliburton tonight, and we all said none up here, and we want to sit here and say he's
My
a
defense, I said yes.
and we want to sit here and say he's a superstar player.
But that, James, is why I've still maintained my criticism. Shady's heard it 2 days in a row now. That's why I maintain I'm not letting Haliburton off the hook. Because I can't, with one part of my vocation, suggest that Haliburton can be a superstar, and then on the other side, just let him off easy. That's why I'm holding Haliburton's feet to the fire. On my notes, there's all the pressure on Haliburton. I have yes. And I have yes because Haliburton, if we're going to talk about you like you have the ability to be a superstar, be a superstar. 4 turnovers. It's fine if you don't want to get all the points. You can't have 6 assists.
Yeah.
You can't have 6 assists.
And really quick, because Slick, you said that Tyrese Haliburton.
Here we go again.
No.
This is always James always has.
I be listening to you.
Question
I
for
be listening to you because you said Tyrese Haliburton outdueled.
He did. At the end of the game.
End of the game, he
At
did.
the end of the game, he did.
End of the game, he did.
At the end of the game, it's objective. SGA corner elbow shot missed. Halliburton goes down.
Halliburton
gets
The last like
No
nine,
timeout.
the last like 9 points, he didn't assist that.
Nembhard
the center hit a bank shot 3-ball. Like, come on, man.
Nembhard cooked SGA on a possession before, tray ball. SGA goes down, elbow, misses. Halliburton goes down, elbow, bucket.
he had a better possession than him. That's cool.
That's all. It's all
I just said he outdueled him at the end
of the game.
I didn't say he outdueled him the entire game.
I can't say that. That come on, man.
Jay, it's like PKs. If you got a penalty kick and I got a penalty kick, and we both have penalty kicks to win the game, you miss your PK. I go down.
You're going off of one possession though.
The most important possession is the most important possession in the game. It was the most important possession in the game.
Even when Neymar hit him with the step back three in his face, I don't know who was commentating. He was like, "Man, the ball's not even in Haliburton's hands." You remember him saying that? Mm-hmm. So my thing is like the last like 3 possessions before the game, the ball wasn't even in your hands.
I guess we look at outduel totally different.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me if Haliburton come out here tonight, he got 36, he got 5 and 6, and Shea got 14 and he hit the game winner, he outdueled Haliburton?
End of the game, James. You're forgetting the most important part of the sentence.
I guess outdueled to me is different.
He outdueled him over the entire game.
He outdueled him at the end of the game.
He hit the biggest shot, and Shea missed the biggest shot.
Can
on back-to-back possessions.
Hey, look. We not gonna win it, bro.
So if Nembhard hit that last shot, he outdueled Shea? How? Because of one shot?
Wait, y'all thinking about it?
Because of one shot?
At the end of the game.
What? Listen to what I'm saying. Let's just say we switch the player because he had 14 points. Let's say Nembhard had 11 points and he makes the game-winning shot. And Shea had 36, 5 and 6. He outdueled Shea.
If Shea misses the last shot and Nembhard gets the rebound and goes and makes the last shot,
crazy.
at the end of the game, he outdueled him.
I'm James. The sound they like this TV. They like, what's going on? Bro?
I don't think they are.
What?
Because if I'm not confused and he's not confused and other people are not confused.
Bro, the man had 36 points and then you had 11 and you hit the game winner and you telling me that you outdo me?
At the end of the game.
It's silly. Well, I want to ask you this question.
Is it silly, Slick?
It is silly.
Thank you.
Not silly. My mom was like, don't argue.
But look, in basketball,
no, we get it, Slick.
getting the game-winning shot.
I get it. You guys are right.
Is essential.
I just want to ask you.
Robert Ory outdueled everybody. Big shot Ory.
Jordan all that. I was going to ask you real quick, Slick.
He outdueled Vlade Divac in that.
Wait, can you say this, though? If this was any other superstar, that it's their team, they lead their squad,
okay,
would it not be a way bigger pressure moment?
Oh, sure. But I see him as a superstar in the making. I don't see him as an established superstar. I think he's had superstar moments, right? And the reason that Acho is saying, yes, all the pressure is on him, because Acho has hitched his wagon to the idea that he's already an established superstar.
Yeah.
Like, which is fair.
Yeah.
It's understandable. Look, I gave this to you. So show me that I'm right in giving this to you already.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
And I understand.
That's where I'm at.
That makes total sense to me. I'm just not there yet with Haliburton.
Yeah.
And I am there with SGA. I think he's
Absolutely.
a superstar.
Oh, yeah.
So when you lose, when the superstar in the making hits the shot that wins the game and you miss it, dude, I expect Shea to hit that shot. I'm been pleasantly surprised that Haliburton has hit it as many times as he has. That's the distinction for me.
Yeah. But that's why it's the question about if he's a superstar or not. Because we are to this point at the finals, and he's not been playing well, and we're saying there's no real pressure because
I don't think he's a minted superstar yet.
Well, hey, look,
Let me ask you another question.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.